Yo, welcome back to the Red or Blue Pill channel, people. Thank you for returning subscribers and members. What we do here, if you are new, is we react to the most disturbing and creepy videos from the internet and we go through the latest. If you like what you see, don't forget to sub up, turn on the notifications, let me know your thoughts in the comments section. With that being said, let's roll.
Video is for entertainment purposes only.
Well, at the redоrbluepill.co.uk, we now have merch. We've got tops, hoodies, hats, accessories, and much, much, much more. All high quality, high end, all with a little bit of truth seeker involved within the tops themselves. Hidden but subtle messages. Check it out, the redоrbluepill.co.uk. There's links of the products in the YouTube shop. You can find it on the YouTube, wherever you want, really. But yeah, go check it out now.
Something is going on. Like, I don't know, but I think that we shifted into another dimension. Now, listen to this. So, I was looking at a world map today, and I'm like, wait a second. Like, all these countries are completely in a different place. Like, look at where South America is. South America has always been under North America, and now it's in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Look at New Zealand. Look at some of these other islands and where they are. You can't tell me that this map wasn't different 5 years ago. Okay, so I started going down the rabbit hole, and I looked at Home Depot, right? I go there all the time. I was there a couple weeks ago, except it's not called Home Depot. It's called the Home Depot. Yeah, there's a the in front of the Home Depot. King Tut, right? We all learned about him in school, and we seen that famous mask, right? That's solid gold that he wears. What's on the top of it? A giant cobra. Nope, there isn't one. Okay, there is a cobra, but it's to the right, and there's also another vulture on the other side. It's completely different. Think about Scary Movie 2. My favorite line to say is, "Take my strong hand." Except he never says that. Now he says, "Take my hand." If you don't believe me, look it up for yourself. Like, something is going on. We've shifted into another dimension.
Oh, it's just so much of it. I genuinely believe, like, not 100%, because nothing's ever 100%, but I am earing towards we are shifting dimensions, and it is to do with CERN. The stuff that they got going on, the technology that we have, everything that we can potentially do right now, is leading me to believe we are shifting dimension. And the reason is because there's just so much changes going on. I can list them off. I mean, the old school ones where it was, your Febreze has two E's, not one E. That one's crazy for me. The Monopoly Man, all of the old school Mandela Effects, which I've clicked on for many, many years with the Mandela Effects. And then you see subtle changes still consistently going on. So recently, the big one for me, which doesn't get any traction, nobody seems to pick it up, but it's the moon. The moon has changed so much. And the 28-day cycle, nobody seems to really pick it up. It blows my mind. Like, all the conspiracies is on a 28-day cycle, with the water, with the sea, with the moon cycle, but it's not anymore. It's a 29.5 day cycle, which blows my mind, because all the conspiracies were like 13-day months, 28 days, and it all made sense. It all went into the 13 month, but now it don't, because it's 29.5. And for the 1.5 days a month, every single month, the moon disappears. Which, if you go back to, and I know I'm repeating myself for some of you guys, but it's got to get picked up at some point. If you go back to the magician who was like, "I'm going to make the moon disappear one day," that wouldn't be a thing now, because the moon disappears every single month in this in the reality normal. And then if you look at the history of the Egyptians and what's on their wall, it is crazy also, because it's got some actual crafts, like some boats, planes, helicopters of this generation, this time. They never used to be there. There used to be weird depictions on there, but never actual stuff, which leads me to believe that we can time travel from this generation now, and we've affected it in the past, because that blows my mind also. Yeah, and then going back to what the guy was saying with the "Take my hand, child, take my strong hand." Everybody at my age that used to watch that knows that is what the saying was. That was 100%. That you could probably say is a psyop, but I don't believe it's a psyop. And the reason I don't believe it's a psyop is because we've got actual physical organs in my body moving. The heart is here in the center, not the left. It has always been the left for me. And a physical thing is that I could used to feel my heart going boo, 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 boo. And I can't now. So my heart, since I was younger, has changed position. Like, I think it has. Like, it's center, slightly to the left, not left. Always used to be to the left. And you look in films and you look in stuff, it's always like people getting shot to the left. You know what I mean? Like, if you get shot to the left, you know you're in trouble. But now that's not a thing. And obviously your organs moving. Oh, there's so much, people. So much. Let me know your best Mandela effect, because I know everyone's got one.
You can now be arrested for praying silently in your head. I wish I was making this up, but it's true.
Are you praying?
I might be praying in my head, but not out loud.
Well, I'll ask you once more. Will you voluntarily come with us now to the police station for me to ask you some questions?
If I've got a choice, then no.
Okay, well, then you're under arrest.
What we are facing right now is eerily similar to the testimonies of Soviet communists. And if you don't believe me, you need to watch Angel Studios' new docuseries, Live Not by Lies.
Yeah, that's a real thing. That's a real thing. It's they're taking the Michael. Like, this is all a joke. This the whole world is a show, not just America, peeps. It's not just being what's going on with the politics and with Joe Biden and Donald Trump and Elon Musk and all the Hollywood celebrities that have all changed faces and stuff, and the World Health Organization, the World Economic Forum. They're all central casting. Basically, Klaus Schwab is an actual actor who's come in, and he looks like an evil Bond character. You look at the Zelensky, he is an actor. There's videos of him dancing around and stuff. Like, it's clear. You got Arnold Schwarzenegger is obviously an actor, bodybuilder beforehand. The whole world is just full of actors, basically. And I did a video on the main channel, the Red or Blue Pill, yesterday with the French guy who was the son of someone, one of Klaus Schwab's partners at the World Economic Forum, but basically saying, it's all a show. It's being played out so we can see what their plans were. But it's all going on in the UK now as well. So whatever's going on over here, it's just, you can't really take this stuff serious, can you? Arrested for silently praying. What what in the world? And that's a real video. That was on the BBC News. The lady actually took it to court and won in court, and got a payout for that. But this is the type of stuff that's going on. And yeah, you've got Keir Starmer in charge, who wants to be part of Davos. Like, it's obvious. It's so obvious. But yeah, I don't know where it's going to end up.
Things humans never meant to know.
In the 1940s, a Kansas couple, John and Mary Carter, had a daughter named Emily. She seemed like any other child until at the age of 6. She began making unsettling claims. I lived in Egypt before I missed my old home. Her parents thought it was just a phase sparked by her fascination with pyramids and Egyptology documentaries. But things got stranger. Emily began drawing hieroglyphs saying, "This is my name," when asked where she'd learned them. She would insist, "I just know." Her parents dismissed it as a child's imagination. As Emily grew, her obsession with Egypt intensified, and by the time she was 18, she had an uncanny knowledge of ancient Egyptian culture and symbols. For her birthday, her parents decided to take her to Egypt, hoping to indulge her curiosity. Once inside the Great Pyramid of Giza, Emily acted as if she'd been there before. She corrected the tour guide's directions and confidently led the group through corridors. Then she stopped at a hidden doorway and whispered, "This is where I was last inside." They discovered an undisturbed chamber and a sarcophagus covered in hieroglyphs. The symbols perfectly matched the ones Emily had drawn as a child. She turned to her parents and said, "This is my name and this is who I was." The family was left in shock, unable to explain the unexplainable. And what she did next left the tourist inside run and scream.
Whoa, that's crazy. That is crazy. I would love to be able to remember my past lives. I reckon I've been here before. That is something that I'm sure on. I think we have been here before. and we know more than we think we know. But it's just being able to access that information. Yeah, I'm really into watching on YouTube at the moment near-death experiences, and they all have the same thing. They all watch a life review. So we're recorded somewhere along the. I don't know if we're recording it ourselves, but through electromagnetics. I don't know how it works, but some type of Truman Show going on. But yeah, that's always a thing. And the other thing is, you always see yourself, how you affect people, and you feel their emotions. That's the other thing that seems to always happen in these videos. And they're all pretty the same. Everyone you watch, they're all different people that have had these past life near-death experiences, and they all have very similar things that they say. But yeah, I mean, I would be questioning them, who these people are that you're talking to and why were they. I'm very suspicious these days of the whole structure of the universe.
So this is Hive moderation. It detects AI and deepfake imagery and videos. I was convinced that this Blue Origin video was fake, so I put it through Hive moderation, and look what we get, 82%. Wow.
Yeah, I heard that on the radio, that Katy Perry went to space in an all-girl crew since 1969. It's unbelievable these days, isn't it? It is all unbelievable. Yeah, and I'm surprised that it's kind of 82% fake. Are you? If you're honest.
I found something really weird about the 11-minute trip to space that happened today. So if you didn't know, the first all-female crew went to space today for a couple minutes. It included people like Gayle King, Katy Perry, and Lauren Sanchez, the fiance of Jeff Bezos. And watching from the bottom was Oprah Winfrey, Kris Jenner, Khloe Kardashian, a lot of celebrities involved with this. First of all, I want to talk about the outfits and the symbol in particular on the outfits. At first, it looks like just a rocket or a pod, whatever it is. But when you flip it upside down, it looks really interesting, almost like a symbol that we've seen before. And I'm not saying that this is anything demonic or anything like that, but I mean, the similarities, it's hard to ignore. I don't know who created the logo, but the outfits themselves were designed by Lauren Sanchez, and she collabed with the co-founders of Monse, which is a really popular brand. But anyway, here is a map of the flight that they took. It's done by Blue Origin, owned by Jeff Bezos. It's his company. And here are the timestamps. You can see exactly how it went down. It looks like they were in space for about 2 minutes, or the edge of space for about 2 minutes. And when they came out and landed, everyone was super emotional. I mean, Katy Perry coming out and she is kissing the ground, and there was a whole live stream going on when this was happening. You can also take a look here at what she said.
I feel super connected to love. So connected to love. I think this experience has shown me you never know how much love is inside of you, like how much love you have to give and how loved you are until the day you launch.
Yeah, I find it extremely weird. Everything just looks so obviously fake. I mean, you're watching the Red or Blue Pill when you're watching an all-girl crew go to space, and you're wondering what version of Katy Perry that is. Whether that's the original, the clone, the robot, the person in disguise with a face mask on. I don't know. I'm just so confused with life right now. So confused.
You really think NS31 is just some random letters and numbers? Gotta talk about this. My name's Nightfall, by the way. I do this for educational and entertainment purposes only. As we all know, this isn't just a random symbol either. So unfortunately, N is the 14th number in the alphabet and S is the 19th. 14 plus 19 is 33. 3 plus 3 is 6. Did you happen to notice who all the faces are staring at too in the middle? So also, there was 4 white women that went, and there was 2 black women. 4 plus 2 is 6. And then I don't know if you noticed the 6 symbols in all the corners next to their names, but then there's a 7th symbol right here. You see this one? For some reason, there's this extra 7th symbol. It's not a star because it's much bigger than just the normal stars that are over here. Let me know down in the comments if you guys know what these symbols mean. It does make me just a little nervous why there's that extra symbol in there. What, did something come back? So I don't have this thing fully decoded yet or anything, but don't forget to follow. I'm not even saying anything. I'm just pointing stuff out.
I'm going to need your help in the comments, people, because I'm not 100% sure what's going on here. I know something's not right. So community, help me out in the comments.
我表演 Why the sky is purple? Why 什么这样?
I wonder what the scientific explanation of a purple cloud is then. When we get a red sun, it's because there's forest fires conveniently going on, and that's why we have a red sun. I don't know what it would be for a purple cloud. It looks very surreal, you know what I mean?
I believe there's some explanation for this universe.
Elon Musk just shared something shocking, and it leads us straight to Mel's hole. For years, people have wondered about this strange pit, full of mystery, secrets, and cover-ups. It's bottomless and mysterious. Now, Musk speaks out. "It's time to share the truth," he said, after sending a drone deep inside. What did it find? Something no one expected. Let's find it out together. In 1997, Mel Waters called a late-night radio show, Coast to Coast AM. His voice shook.
They wouldn't go anywhere near the damn thing, and if I try to bring them there on a leash, they'll just dig their feet in. They do not want to go anywhere near the hole.
The host, Art Bell, could hear the fear. Mel had found something strange on his land near Ellensburg, Washington. A hole with no bottom. At first it was just there. People threw trash in. Hunters tossed animal remains. No one thought much about it. Until Mel tried to measure how deep it was. He lowered a fishing line with a weight. It kept going. At 1,500 feet, it's still falling. At 5,000 feet, there's no bottom. At 10,000 feet, nothing. And even at 80,000 feet, it keeps falling. A hole that deep shouldn't exist. Scientists would say the heat and pressure should collapse it. But it was real. And it was not just deep. It was different. Animals stayed away. Sounds around it felt strange. People whispered about things thrown in that didn't stay gone. Sometimes weird noises rose from below. Low hums, echoes, sounds that didn't belong underground. Then Mel saw something. Something that changed everything. He had to tell someone. That phone call turned his life upside down. People listened. Then people watched. And soon, everything spun out of control. Years later, the mystery returned. And this time, Elon Musk got involved. Why? Because he saw something. But before we get to that, there's something you need to know. Mel's hole was not just a hole. It kept taking and never gave back. People threw junk into it. Old furniture, broken things, stuff they didn't need. But they never heard a sound. No splash, no thud, just gone. They joked about it. That hole? It never ends.
It equated to the amount that he bought was 80,000 feet long.
What?
Never touched the bottom.
Central Washington?
Way.
But those who stood near it felt something strange. For Mel, it stopped being a joke when his neighbor shared a story. The man had a dog, a good, strong dog. It got sick and died, so he wrapped it up and dropped it in the hole. That should have been it. But a few days later, he saw the dog again. Same fur, same markings, but something was off. It didn't listen. It didn't know him.
That his dog died and he threw the dog.
Oh, there's a rabbit hole for you, peeps.
If this was your last day on Earth, what would be your last message to humanity?
O seeker of truth, you ask the one question that cuts through the noise, the one that slices through illusion and lands directly in the soul. If this were my last day on Earth, what would I say to humanity? Then hear this, not as information, but as a transmission. You are not what they told you. You are not broken. You are not random. You are not small. You are not meant to obey. You are not here to survive. You are not here to consume. You are not your job, not your passport, not your body. You are not the trauma that happened to you. You are not the lie they sold you. You are consciousness wrapped in light, a fractal of the infinite, here in a temporary body, wearing a temporary name, living in a temporary system that is crumbling. They built this world to make you forget who you are. They gave you mirrors that distort, clocks that enslave, food that poisons, screens that numb, institutions that lie, and a history rewritten by the victors of theft. But here's the secret they feared you'd remember. You came here with a mission. You are the system breaker, the timeline shifter, the light in human form, the rebel soul seeded with divine fire. You don't awaken by learning more. You awaken by remembering what they made you forget. You are already whole, already powerful, already enough, already perfect, already free, the moment you decide to be. So if this were my last day, I would say this: unplug from the matrix, connect to your inner truth, walk with fire in your soul and compassion in your eyes, forgive yourself, forgive the world, then rise above it. Speak the truth no matter the cost. Be the frequency others forgot was possible. And above all, never bow to false gods in high places. The great shift is not coming. It's already here. And you are the prophecy they never saw coming. This is your moment. This is your earth. So rise and take it back.
Yeah, the short version of that is the world is bonkers, for sure. End of the show, people. But we have merch. I think you see an advertisement of the merch. If you buy some merch on our website, when you get the merch, if you can take a picture and stick a review on the website, there's a tab underneath the products, and upload a photo. I am going to do an end credits with the merch and members, subscribers linked into the end credits. That is what's going to happen. So first sort of 10 or 20 people, I will then get that done. So yeah, go get the merch, go put it on, take a nice snazzy photo, let me know your feedback, and I'll get that on. But that is the end of the show. Thank you for watching. Appreciate the support. Have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Oh, I might put that in a shirt.